Again, it's Brissett. This is the tight end, Njoku. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Brissett sets to throw it. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they are on. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. It'll go as a gain of 4. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson rolling to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
You ain't gonna burn me.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. He completes it to Julio Jones. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain.
That's about what you would expect, since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. they find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
On 1st and 10, Watson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Watson now to throw, and that will be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
London about set to take over on offense. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Brissett's throw taken in by Adams. And they'll get him down up past the 15.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's Brissett. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Throwing, Brissett. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Now Brown. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. Dublin's offense now set to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
7 yards, the pickup there. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now Gordon on first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll try the air now with Watson. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
On first down, Watson. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And down inside the 15 he goes. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. Caught right side, Davis. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Watson looks to throw again. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
On 4th down, Sean McDermott trots the field goal unit out there. This is a 26-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. London about set to take over on offense. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Brissett. Oh, now it's stripped. He loses the football. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Here now, a look at Melvin Gordon. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. 2nd and 4. Here's Watson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Watson. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Snell on the shotgun handoff. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a give here to Snell. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Watson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Deshaun Watson, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Shamrocks are able to stretch out their lead.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the final act belonged to Deshaun Watson in his touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, with a conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And on now is the punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. Dublin's offense now set to take over. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. To throw again on second down, Watson, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Watson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Let's take it inside his own 40. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Brissett. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10. To throw, Brissett. On the left side, Gallup's got it. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Watson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Juwan Bentley. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Now for the point after. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Watson. And Waller taking it in over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape. As we look around the
second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On 2nd down now, it's Gordon, and he's able to take...
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. On the move to his left. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run on 1st down. Gordon. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now it's Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Watson on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Watson. And his throw. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
A gain of 15. First down, Shamrocks.
Watson off play action. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards, the pickup there.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
To the air yet again. Watson. Caught on the right side by Jones. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Watson, incomplete. Benny Snell, the intended receiver that time. And now it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
That's a letdown defensively because they had them stacked up 3rd and long, and you know their thought process had to be just make the tackle in front of the sticks and force the 3. Instead, they allowed him room to run, and now they're facing 1st and goal, looking to regroup.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Shamrocks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is up to 14. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
The veteran Jason McCourty up to make the tackle.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Brissett. A quick pass to Cup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Brissett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. London about set to take over on offense.
And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Brissett now. Looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown! Davante Adams. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Monarchs are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead will be cut down. He only needed 3 plays on that drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. On 1st down, it's Gordon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, and it's third down.
Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up Ford.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
London about set to take over on offense.
They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that
lead. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Here comes Edwards-Helaire on the toss right.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw is Brissett.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Brissett. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit from the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Dublin's offense now set to take over.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. London about set to take over on offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They go play action with Brissett. That'll be caught. It's caught. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. This is the tight end, Njoku. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Brissett. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Dublin's offense now set to take over. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Short throw, going to be caught by Waller. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Working with his 2nd and 4. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Watson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Snell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Watson from the gun on 3rd down.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands.
London about set to take over on offense.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Tack McKinley. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now back to throw. That'll be caught by Cup. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Brissett to throw for it on 4th. Going up top for Cup. And this one is incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. Gordon. And some room to work. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
45 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now right out of the 2-minute break, We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. 1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Melvin Gordon.
Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Shamrocks add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon.
Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. London about set to take over on offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Brissett's throw there caught by Gallup.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Brissett. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now Brissett on 4th down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off at the 40. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Dublin's offense now set to take over.
They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for our visitors, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.